Hello, everyone. My name is Isaiah Taylor, and today I'm going to critique a total of 3 speeches. I will begin with my own, and then I will discuss the speeches of 2 of my classmates, Melissa Thatcher and William Wright. For each critique, I'll first explain what I noticed was done well, and then I'll talk about improvement recommendations. Some of the criteria may sound the same for all 3 speeches, but that was because I was looking for the same things in each speech. I was looking for things like confidence, rehearsals, voice clarity, enthusiasm, eye contact, and posture. I will start off with my own. The things that I thought was done well, I think that I was confident, rehearsed. My posture was good. I was always sitting up tall. I didn't use too many hand gestures, which took away from the speech. I like the way that I varied my tone and pitch throughout the story. It was good that I also added some humor. And along with that humor, a smile normally accompanied. I think that I spoke very clearly throughout, and it was easy to understand what I was saying. I also gave a good introduction and a good conclusion at the end to close out my story. For improvements, I think that I paused a couple times when I was getting my thoughts together. It's never good to have any periods of silence when you're giving a speech. I was enthusiastic, but I think that there was room for improvement and I could have added a little more enthusiasm. And lastly, I thought that I was a little too rehearsed and kind of made me a little robotic. Next, I'll move on to Melissa Thatcher. For the things that I think that she did well, I'll start by saying she had a good introduction and conclusion as well. In the introduction, she stated who she was and what the purpose of her speech was. She used enthusiasm when needed, and she changed her pitch throughout the entire story. The entire story flowed well because she used a sequence of events to tell the story. And at the beginning, she gave a good description of the setting. That allowed me to kind of put myself in the setting and kind of visualize what was going on. She wasn't too jittery from nervousness, which tells me that she was confident from the beginning. And she also used hand gestures appropriately. For example, she was talking about 3 tubes, so she would use hand gestures to show how they were strategically placed. I think that was very good as well. For improvements for Melissa, I thought that she broke eye contact when she was trying to think about what she was going to say next. Sometimes she would kind of look up at the ceiling or kind of glance side to side while she was thinking. But other than that, she did a good job. So next, I'll move on to William Wright's speech. And the things that I think that he did well, he had a good introduction and good conclusion as well. His enthusiasm and humor was good. He would change his facial expressions when being humorous. He also would add a smile with his humor. And I could tell that he had rehearsed because his ideas were well organized. And the way he made eye contact throughout the entire story, that was outstanding as well. The things that I think he could improve on before he got comfortable with the speech, may I say, warmed up. He was rocking back left and right, and he actually kind of repositioned himself at the very beginning of the story. After he got warmed up or comfortable with the speech, he didn't do any of the moves anymore. Lastly, he didn't change his pitch throughout the entire story. The tone of his voice and the pitch really stayed the same throughout the whole story. Even when it was an exciting part, he really didn't change his pitch to reflect that. Overall, I think they both did a really good job. You can see there weren't too many improvements that I noticed. I hope that I was able to help, and I wish them both luck in the duration of the class and any future speaking engagements they're involved in. Thank you for your time, and please enjoy the rest of your day.